I've been at this podium way too many times, understanding where Beeman's at. We need to understand what needs are. We need to understand what wants are. We've lost an officer up in Elwood. We need to do better. Now, you sat here and listened to Ms. Keller tell everybody that maintenance testified that they had the money and they did not need the money to fix that clock. They didn't need your approval. To me, that's kind of a slap in the face to the council.
Yep.
So, since they don't need it, maybe you should take that $32,000 from maintenance and give it to Sheriff Beeman.
I second
Now
that.
you're only $8,000 short. These men have got to be protected out on that road. And what floors me even more is Jonathan Culp said, let's give the commissioners $500,000 to get them through. Well, we need to get them through, but they have over $200,000 in that line item. The sheriff has come up here and he has said he only has pennies left in that. And you gave the $500,000 to the commissioners to help them in that $200,000 line item. Then the commissioners come back today, they're not asking you to move money or to spend this or to do that. No, because you've given them $700,000. But yet you're telling our officers that they cannot have money that they truly need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the clock is a want. It certainly isn't a need. There isn't anybody in this room that needs that clock to be fixed. But I can tell you what, every one of us in this room needs that sheriff to show up.
Yep.
Every one of us. So for you guys to look at him and say, we'll give you $5,000, you need to be looking at him saying, hey, what can we do better?
Right.
You have over, I don't know how much, $500,000 in interest money. That money should be going to what you're slashing his budget by. You're never asking the coroner's office what we need our money for. You're just deciding what we're going to have our money for. Same thing you're doing for these officers. And you know what? The comment of you talking under your breath, Miss Likens, is just about as disrespectful as you just tried to say to Miss Keller. So if you want to be respectful, you listen to the people who are up here to speak during public comment. You don't sit up there and talk under your breath. So the person who needs the money is him. There needs to be a roll call in here. This is ridiculous that he's even had to stand up here for this long and ask for what he needs when you've got $500,000 in interest money. And you are letting the commissioners fix a roof, fix a building, do painting on a historical building that they don't even have any idea what they're going to do with it yet. They just testified on that in their last commissioners. Well, we don't know what we're going to do with the building, but yeah, we're going to fix it. You want to talk about he should know what he needs? He has no idea what his crime rate's going to be. He has no idea what's going to break out there. He has no idea. You want him to plan? Well, what about your commissioners?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why weren't they planning for that clock? Why weren't they planning for those roofs? Why weren't they planning? Where is the audit on the commissioners? Where is it? And you want to audit the sheriff? You all have priorities really screwed up, and from now on, everything needs to be roll call so us voters know exactly how you feel about people. Because clearly tonight, you worried more about these commissioners than you worried about our public safety officers. Get some priorities. Get it together.